sometimes I'm thinking about just like strumming chords and just doing bits, like just kind of having it as a prop.
Yeah.
But
it's only hacky if it doesn't work.
Right.
Like nobody thinks of good musical comics as musical comics. Like Stephen Wright, Steve Martin, it's like if it works, then you're just a good comic.
Yeah.
So people think they don't like musical comedy. It's like, well, no, because musical comedy that's bad is the worst.
And half the time it would go bad. That's the thing. It's like you're halfway through the song and you're like, shit, it's not one of those nights that this is gonna work.
Yeah.
And it's hard to get out of it. So I hated that. Yeah. It's like, oh fuck.
Well,
last night it was good.
What I find good about the songs is that I will know the first time if I should never do them again.
Okay, yeah.
So like you don't have to, it's not like a joke where it's like, oh, rework it. It's like music is so, I think, instinctual for people that they'll just be like, no.
Yeah, right.
Don't like the vibe. And so I've done a few songs where it's like it never saw the light of day again.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, music maybe hits a little more like down here.
Yeah, people know
like
right away if they like it.
Yeah, that's interesting. So where do you try it for is it JJ's your?
Yeah, JJ's is a great
time?
place to. I might do one tonight that I just wrote. I hadn't had a new idea in a while, but Ozzy Osbourne died, and I had an idea for a song called "Evil Wiener."
Yeah, so. Hot dogs, wieners. I see some themes.
This one's dirtier. This one is definitely, in tribute. But
the one for your parents wasn't like
no. That wasn't. No, I mean there's some innuendo, but it's not.
It wasn't like a filthy song that you wrote for your parents.
No.
I mean that would be sweet too. I mean, you said 45 years.
Yeah.
Good Lord, my parents just made it to 50 like a few years ago, so it's pretty epic.
Yeah, it's it is a 45-year-long misunderstanding, but
but if you're alone, that is also you're even more misunderstood. If you're alone for 45 years.
Sure. Well, I wouldn't know.
That's true. I've always been. I don't think I've ever been single for a whole year of my adult life. I realized it recently. I've been with my wife for 15 years. Okay. But I never did that year of adulthood where you're just single. I've been kind of a serial monogamist.
Okay. I was. I did not have a serious relationship until I was 27, and was like, just. It's hard to describe. I mean, people were concerned.
Yeah,
about me.
Yeah.
But I was like, so I was. Homeschooled a bunch, but also like I got to skip grades and then got put back into school later on. And that is a great way to make sure that your son does not get any dates, because nobody wants to go out with a guy in her grade who's 2 years younger than her.
Right.
And so I kept like just advancing. I'm like, well, I enjoy looking, but, and I was just like so cautious, like growing up with, purity culture and everything, and
like Christianity.
Yeah. I'm from Gainesville, Florida, and we just, it's like I think there's a culture of like 30 million Americans who all relate completely to this, and then everybody else is like, what? It's like, did you handle snakes? It's like, no, we watched The Simpsons. We were like, we seemed normal.
Yeah. Simpsons is pretty. My parents were pissed about that. When it came out. Yeah, that's interesting. I think in the comedy world, there's so many homeschool people.
Yes.
I feel like in life, it's like maybe 10% of people are homeschooled or autistic, but in comedy, it's like 90% of comedians are one of those two things, which is cool. I mean, it's an outsider's game. It's like if you have a different perspective, that's an asset.
Well, you're totally used to people thinking you're weird.
Yeah.
And you probably spent a lot of time around adults when you were a kid.
Yeah.
And so you don't have a lot of the natural fear, because you're just like, I don't know. I'm not self-conscious about this. I've been in this position forever.
You weren't getting like bullied and speed up during those?
No, just when I was around like other kids.
Yeah. So then you'd be like, good Lord, I need to just get back at home where I can... Yeah.
Like the private Christian schools that I went to were the worst. When I finally went to public school, it was like I blended in. Nobody cared.
Like the bullying was more evil at the Christian schools?
The Southern Baptists were real good at it. Okay. But that was 7th grade. And 7th grade is just especially bad. So
you might have just hit it at
especially
that point.
Especially if you're 10. Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna.
But
be,
yeah, the Southern Baptists were a little rough. It was mostly Pentecostal, and like they're generally friendly. But I mean, there was if you're the obvious target, then it's tough.
Yeah.
But one time, a kid transferred to my school named Tim Tardo, and he took all the attention off of me.
Yeah, if my last name's Cox, I'd be like,
yes,
thank God that kid's here.
Yeah.
Tardo over here.
Yeah. Tardo was sent to take the spotlight off of me.
You ever Facebook stalk him now? See if he's like a...
I did find him.
Like
I did look him up on Instagram a couple of years ago. He seems to be doing great.
It seems like a name like that will make you or break you.
Yes,
like,
it's definitely a boy named Sue.
Yeah,
situation.
right? Like sometimes you would expect to see like Tardo on the side of like 100 trucks or something.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that sometimes. Some people do that with Cox. They'll be like, you got to own it, you know?
Yeah.
Like you got to like lean into it instead of away from it.
Yeah.
So Tardo, like Tardo.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then obviously they did not call him by his first name. They just yelled at Tardo, and everyone would laugh. Just immediate joke.
Was he able to learn that he should laugh with it too then, or was he just like, ugh?
He was dying on the inside.
Yeah.
I mean, like he did not know how to take it.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the year, like I was in 9th grade and he was in 8th grade, and I was learning to like make fun of myself as quickly as possible and just be like, all right, I am the court jester for the popular kids, I guess. And eventually they're like, hey, you're kind of funny. You're not that bad. So.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. You want to talk about the festival?
Yeah, sure.
We can stay on Tardo a little while. We'll come back to him.
So yeah, Lookout Comedy Festival is coming up in October 22nd through 25th. We just closed submissions and finally chose the 25 out of 122 submissions. We did have some people who automatically got in from the comedy competition that we had over Memorial Day weekend.
Right. Yeah.
So the top 3 automatically got in. Those were Daniel Delano, who won, Hannah Rochline, and Lauren Riley. So we got those 3 spots. And then, every year there are, I think, about 5 to 10 comics that like all the judges agree completely on. And we're like, well, no brainer. They're obviously in. And then from about like 11th to 50th place, it can be very subjective.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
So,
and just based on the tape usually?
Yeah, tape, but but also reputation.
Yeah.
To some degree. Some people, I know there's some disagreement on that.
Yeah,
but
totally. Also subjective, but
how can, like, if you've seen somebody 20 times, how do you not, consider that as well? And I think you should, but
you want to support the local infrastructure or the regional infrastructure.
Yeah. We used to not even allow locals to submit.
Okay.
Until just a couple of years ago, because when we did it 2018 and 2019, those was the first couple of years. I was doing it the first year pretty much by myself, and the second year, I had some help, but like all the pressure was on me, and locals of that time were the least appreciative and the most upset by the spots that they got. Meanwhile, comics from out of town were like, this is so great. Thank you so much. And
actually totally makes sense. It's the same with the Asheville Comedy Festival.
Yeah. And I was like, after
the local comics, I mean, that's different. It's been going on for forever. So like the locals like don't like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it is. Yeah.
I get it. And like, I certainly get a lot more out of the festival for having started it and put it on, but I also like lost all the money on it early on and took all the risk. So the only thing that because I don't put myself on it other than like hosting a couple of shows and doing a lot of work, and as with the rest of the team that we've got here, like Andrew Ledbetter, Courtney Cholovich, Danielle Alfano at the Comedy Catch, who's not a comic, just really helps us out, and Jeff Greenspan. We're kind of the team right now.
Yeah, those are heavy hitters. I know all those names.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's good. But
the Avengers of Chattanooga comedy.
It's a loose confederacy, like there's no one gatekeeper who controls everything, and that we kind of like it that way. But yeah, after some of the bitterness that I received the first couple of years, I was like, I can't fairly judge any of you.
Yeah.
like, and I probably just shouldn't. Like, you guys should submit to one of the many great festivals outside of here.
Yeah.
You know, I think they've got 4 in Atlanta.
And then you can not get on those and get mad at people that
you
don't have to see every week, you know? You don't feel entitled. Like when it is over there, you're like, well, you know, they didn't let me on. But when it's in your town, there's a tendency to be like, well, clearly I'm the best in this town. Or at least, you know, like a lot of people will feel that way. I mean, that's anytime you put yourself out there and do a thing, it's like that. Like even just this podcast, this small little thing has kind of changed. You know, there's people in like the Asheville scene that are like, you know, why have I not? You know,
suddenly they want to be on it.
Yeah, and it's like you're trying to do a thing and put yourself out there and take all the risk and do it all. But it seems that you can't really do that without there being I didn't realize before that they would change things a little bit. You know, I still stand by it. It's been great, but it's like haters going to come at you if you get something going.
It's kind of like the Monopoly board. You know, like somebody has the oranges and somebody has, you know, this little thing here. And and whether you start a podcast or a showcase or something like that becomes a piece on the Monopoly board. If you run an open mic, it's like, oh, well, that's Baltic Avenue, but I still kind of want to get on it. And that's, so my advice to all the new people is, you know, like everybody says this, but like host something yourself, start something yourself.
Run your own shit. Yeah. Totally.
Because suddenly you will see other producers through their own eyes and you will relate to them more.
Yes.
They will respect you more because it'll give you more reasonable expectations.
Yeah. And you'll be on stage at least hosting it sometimes, and you'll be interfacing with the venue, realizing there's more to it than just your ego. And you'll have people being like, you've done 4, why haven't I been on yet? So you'll know what it feels like. And that'll make you think twice about like there's people that run shows in Asheville and, you know, and around and don't book me. And it's like, it's okay that I'm not what they're looking for, you know, like, and when you start doing your own thing, you can have more humility about that. But I think comedy is always like half of your scene is new people that aren't going to last. And they're kind of working through all that, like the entitlement, and it's like the longer you stick around, like it'll humble you. Over the years, you will learn that you don't deserve anything. And when you get something, it's like, thank you.
Do you remember any embarrassing things that you did your first year where you were entitled? Because I do. I remember some things I said.
Yeah, I mean, I noticed the way like new comics will, or like a new person will come into the scene and just kind of expect like everyone to know who they are. And did you hear my bet? You know, and it's like every month there's new people. You know, you kind of have to stick around. So I think when I see people, I realize, like 10 years ago I was kind of like that, and now I kind of get why. I think I felt like people were rude to me, and they definitely were. I try to be welcoming to new people, but also I kind of get why. Like I didn't deserve. It's sort of a meritocracy at the end of the day, and that's what's cool about it. So I don't know.
I try to wait about 3 to 6 months before I talk to new people, just because they tend to stop pretty quickly, and you know, I have a habit of encouraging the wrong people too. Like I will be way too nice because of one set that I saw, and they were just lucky, and then I'm like, oh geez, I shouldn't have.
Like when
they're like, Donnie, hey, and I'm like, oh.
You ever have it where you're like that joke's great, and then it never works again, but they keep trying it because they're like,
the joke I love.
Donnie said that was my best one. You're like,
do not listen to me.
I actually take that back. I've heard it 3 more times now. That joke sucks. There was just something about it that night.
But I remember going to JJ's open mic in like the first few months that I was doing this. I was like 2015, and the host, which was Ryan Darling at the time, he had to cut the list was so long. He was like, listen, everybody's going to do 4 minutes instead of 5 tonight. Sorry, just like we could handle it differently, but that's what we're going to do tonight. And I was in school full time and working full time, and I never do this anymore, but I had really planned out what I was going to say that night. And I went up to him afterwards. I was like, hey man, if you're going to do that, could you just like text me beforehand and let me know? Because if I'd known it was only 4 minutes instead of 5, I probably wouldn't have come out here. And he was just like, like, what's wrong with you? And of course, later that night, I was still complaining. And another comic said, Donnie, I'm going to tell you something. Don't ever do that again. And I was like, oh
that's
okay.
Great. That's great that you can like see that and tell that story and laugh about it, because like That's what it is. It's just a series of those, I think. And then you die and you just try to get more aware. But it's the people that would never even get it. They would just the next time do the same thing. That's the problem, is when you can't correct. You can't be like, oh shit, that was bad.
Yeah.
That's what I love about comedy is it's like even last night I had a set where I was like, okay, I took some risks. I'm glad I did that on the home court. I'm not going to try that joke tonight here. Like, it's just humiliation after humiliation, you know?
I'm superstitious about telling people that they should stop, because I grew up with a friend who couldn't draw at all, and he is now a tattoo artist, and he's good. Like, he willed himself into it. And I'm kind of like, I remember when we all used to make fun of him. He'd show us a sketch pad and we were just like, it's garbage.
Sometimes it's like that.
Yeah.
That's my favorite. Is like as a musician in high school, the people that were the best, like already really good, like they're all either dead or they've quit.
Yeah. Because
it's almost like if you're too good at it, how do you follow yourself?
Yeah.
And then I wasn't that good, but I just had to work at it. And I think there can be, I've always felt you can find a better voice on the other side of that struggle. Yeah. And that's probably because I've never been good at anything immediately. So it's like, I need that story. So same with comedy, you know, it's like you see people that are like, you get that person that every year or two that's like amazing right away.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know if that's a good thing. Now you got to follow everybody. Like it's kind of better to suck and then have to just keep sucking and then open your tattoo shop and like, and you've been that whole journey. Like, to me, that's like a more compelling hero's journey. Oh, yeah. Just like, I was just always good.
Well, the lessons from failure are so much more indelible. You know, it's like, oh man, I will never, if a set goes really well, I'm not going to remember it as well as I will the thing where I'm like, that happened and that threw everything for a loop. I was completely unprepared for that. But then the next time I am prepared for that situation.
Right. You got that one under your belt. You're like,
like there's certain kind of sound issues, lighting issues with the crowd, somebody not showing up on time that you've dealt with now. And you're like, okay, I know how this play runs, and another comic next to you is freaking out because they haven't dealt with that before. And you're just like, okay, I'm good. I know. Yeah. I'm not freaking out.
Yeah. Yeah. Like there's clearly someone in the audience that's like really going to be a problem. Mm-hmm. And it's like, you're all kind of wondering if they're still going to like be thrown out before you get up or what. And like, like the longer you've done it, you're like, all right, well, I guess, there goes the set list. You just kind of tear it up in your mind.
Yeah.
Versus just being like completely panicked. And depending on how scary that individual is, I might still be kind of panicked.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's like a metaphor for life. Well, that's what I love about comedy is it's just like what you said, like you just it's just messy. Mm-hmm. Like you're not going to get that text from the booker, like the host that says tonight we're doing 4 minutes. Like I did a show last week and I was like, oh, I just found out I'm hosting. And my friends that came were like, they just told you were hosting. And I'm like, that's always how it is. Like you would think that we would know how much time we're doing. I don't know how much time I'm doing tonight for the feature set. I'm just like, it'll be whatever they want me to do.
Yeah.
But that's cool. You know, it's like very on the fly.
How do you respond when people say, tell me a joke?
It's like, fuck you, you know, like
that's what I feel internally.
I feel like it's like, they're like, well, you're so funny. Like I'm going to create a vibe that you can't be funny. And it's like at work on like a Zoom meeting. Mm. Oh, well, while we're waiting, let's have the comedian. Fuck you. This is like, come to a show and I'll tell you some jokes. Like,
I've started telling myself recently though, like I kind of feel like I should do it or I should be able to anyway. I'm just like, if I'm that good, then I ought to have something prepared. Just locked and loaded, because most of the time that they ask, I don't think they're trying to. I think they are just like kind of like, oh, could you?
Yeah,
you know. So I have one ready now. So
tell me a joke.
Okay. Well, this is about like me being a former youth pastor, which I am.
Okay.
So I
could already tell that.
Yes. But I had to get out because there's only 2 career tracks for youth pastors. You either become a senior pastor or you go to prison. I just didn't feel called to either one of those.
Yeah.
It
makes me rethink the way you even framed it. I'm like, yeah, maybe I should. Maybe that does sound a little better than fuck you, you know? It kind of seems a little, more welcoming.
But that's how everybody feels, though. I mean, like
I never have actually said fuck you, but I say that inside where it's like, but I think I do. Like, I think I heard Hannibal Buress like say that once in like a podcast clip that he's like, there's a whole context for stand-up comedy.
Yes.
Like chairs
He's
and a
absolutely
microphone
right.
and a stool.
Yeah.
So it's like the arrogance of like, well, I just say I want it right now. Do it. You told me you do this. There's the arrogance of it. It's just there is some part of me like that smolders a little inside.
Yeah.
But that is not my best quality.
They're not behaving well when they do it, but that is an average level of behavior from an audience.
Yeah.
You know,
for a while, I think I tried to do like a one-liner that I'd written, and then it would just be a really awkward silence because for all the reasons we've named, like it doesn't really work to do that. And then I would feel resentful that I even tried. So then I think that's when I kind of decided I wouldn't do it. So maybe there's some, there's some pain there from, because I work virtually in like tech. So like there's every job I've had, somebody finds out and they're like, you're on a Zoom call and they're like, let's get the comedian to, it's like, don't, no. Mm-mm.
Yeah. I do residential window cleaning and pressure washing.
Ooh.
So,
but there's good money in that, right?
There's decent money, better than comedy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
well,
but yeah, I still like make the mistake sometimes. It's usually not a mistake, but I'll tell a customer, I do stand up and they're just like, oh, and of course they're like, yeah, tell me a joke. So I'm just like, I think CBD stands for could have bought drugs. That's my shortest one,
you got to like, now we did that. It took 4 seconds. Take it or leave it. Yeah. That's good. That's what the one-liner thing. Yeah. No. And I will tell people I'm a web developer because I am, because then they don't want to ask any questions about it at all. They're just like, ooh, like on a flight or something like that. Like, I don't know. I don't want to commit to, you think running this podcast, I'd be up for like, it's like, no, I don't. The flight is, you're kind of trapped in a tube in the sky. I don't want to reveal something interesting about myself.
Yeah, that's where my girlfriend is. She's an introvert and an architect and a very interesting person, but she does not want to talk to random strangers. We're very much opposites in that sense. I took a risk tolerance test one time in business school, and I was in the top 1%. And I would say she's closer to the bottom.
So you're risk opposite of adverse. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I am too. And I think that's a great quality. I think it's good to, obviously you're not like,
it's good.
Let's try heroin. Like,
it's good to know that about yourself. Cause I didn't know that. I thought I was like, maybe like, in the top 25%, but after looking at those results, I was like, whoa, some of the decisions I've made in my life suddenly make way more sense.
With every question, like, would you, just burn it all and leave it behind? And you'd be like, yes, that's the one that I like.
Well, I guess I never did anything quite that extreme, but that's the thing. Like, crazy people don't know they're crazy. Like, we think we're doing what anybody would do. And meanwhile, everyone else is like, no,
we're all crazy, though.
You didn't ask.
But yeah, that's true. There are other people we all collectively agree on, like, and they're all in stand-up. Yeah. Were your parents risk adverse?
Not averse. No.
They were risk tolerant.
Very risk tolerant.
I guess homeschooling is kind of risky in a way. Just
nobody was doing it when we did. I was born in 1980. So in Florida, the homeschooling movement really kind of took off. And, Florida public schools were not great. So it was not like there was a stiff competition.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. My parents are extremely, extremely risk adverse. They both had an alcoholic parent and just extremely, like, everyone in their family was chaotic and addicts, but then they were the two from each family that were like, we're going to be overinsured and super safe and stable and stay married forever. So to them, I'm like, so just way too risky. Just like the fact that I wouldn't just get one job and keep it till I die is to them, that's like insane.
Yeah, like in basketball, they train players to take high percentage shots.
Yeah.
Like, don't try to take the most difficult shot. Take the one that you're best at under the best possible circumstances. And some of us go through life like trying to nail the trick shot because if it went in, wouldn't it be awesome?
Yeah. You just need one, and then on your deathbed, you're like, who else did that?
Yeah. I think a good comedy set combines a proper mix of both.
Yeah.
The sure things and the risky ones where you're like, boy, if this works, we're all going to remember this night.
Yeah. It's funny you mentioned that because like I did the JJ's feature last year, and I did what I usually was doing out of town at that time. I was like, I'm going to do my best, what I think are my best 15 minutes. Yeah. And it felt wrong. It was just other comics there, and everybody was working on their stuff that was new that week, or that's how it felt. So it kind of felt like I was going against the energy of trying to do a polished set, Yeah. So tonight I'm just going to do a bunch of like new, try to treat it more like a longer mic set, like honor the energy of the room.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like what you said about that. Like a combination, you kind of want some polished, but then you do want to see somebody try the friggin' like hook shot from the half court. And I mean, if they miss, that's still like something, it kind of is like, wow, that was something happened there.
Yeah. It's much more electric memorable. When it's like, oh, this is spontaneous.
Yeah. Yeah. And watching somebody like take a massive risk and fail, I mean, arguably more entertaining than them succeeding at it.
There's a particular laugh you'll hear in JJ's if a joke bombs really hard.
Yeah.
And it is my friend Reed Landry going, like from way back in the back.
He's laughing at the silence.
Like, I can't believe he thought that would work.
Yeah.
It's my favorite laugh.
Just echoing off the walls. Yeah. Do you feel like you, now that you know that about yourself, would you change that? I mean, do you feel like it's been an asset to you to be?
I think I'm more in my own head about it now because I lived for so long not realizing what a risk taker I was, that now I like to kind of get a consensus from people like, hey, am I nuts right now, or should I? And most of the time they're like, yeah, Donnie, go ahead. We don't care. You're not doing anything that I'm like, okay, all right. Cause I have done crazy things, but, so I think, maybe I'm a little bit more gun shy right now, but,
you seem to be doing all right,
life is good.
Whatever all the risks are that have led you to this moment, it doesn't seem like you've messed up real bad. Well, in a way that you couldn't come back from.
Yeah, and I think this was like a time in my life where I'm like, things are just so much more peaceful right now that I know. Like, we're watching the Pee Wee Herman documentary.
Oh yeah,
and Paul Rubin says something there where he goes like, I discovered that the price of admission for success was privacy.
Right. Yeah.
And I don't have stage fright, but I do have internet stage fright. And I know like there's no possible way to be successful in this without, putting a lot of stuff out there.
Yeah.
And, I'm not worried about myself going viral on a podcast. But, I'm not that funny.
Not this one. Not this one. This is a very low stakes podcast.
But I do appreciate what I have right now, and I live with the woman I love, and I'm not like, I like to see her. Like, we don't want to, it's not where like, I got to get on the road and get away from her.
Yeah. I think that guy's, nobody comes out to see that guy anymore.
No.
Anyway, that time has passed.
Yeah. No, those guys all died of heart attacks at 50.
Yeah. Yeah, it is interesting. Like I don't think I feel conflicted about putting myself on the internet anymore. I mean, now there's like, this is episode 114. So there's literally hundreds and hundreds of hours of me talking long form. You could take things out of context and definitely make me look like all kinds of ways bad. But I do feel that my intention for it is pure, and the connections I've made and the good things like are just so evident.
Yeah.
And even if there is something that like causes problems for me out of it, I have the faith that it's like the goods are going to outweigh it.
Sure.
And it is just kind of like what we're doing now. It's like I work on the web, and I didn't start using AI as a collaborative tool until the last year. I was like philosophically conflicted.
Yeah.
But now I feel like it's like electricity or something, I mean, you could make the argument that electricity is killing the planet and not use it, but it's like, it's kind of what we're doing. So it's like, this is what it is now, and I enjoy clipping the reels and putting the stuff up. Like I've been doing that with my bands for like 30 years. Like, check out my Bandcamp page. Here's my music video. So to me, it's kind of like fun to try to get people's attention, try to get a little clip or something. Like now there's this place where people are just rotting their minds. So you try to throw something in that's like, I want it to be interesting or cool or like lead to somebody that they might check out and enjoy. Like I do try to come at it from a place that's authentic. But I do still feel like conflicted about it, you know. I was just saying, I wince every time I post like my head online, like you should look at me talking on your phone. Yeah. Like there's a part of me that like winces, like, you know, like narcissist. There's it whispers in the back of my mind.
Yeah, I don't know, but I think like we gotta get over that.
Yeah, I'm working through it.
Yeah, yeah, it's truly. I mean, when I was in a band in my early 20s, we recorded like one little album in a living room and put it up on Spotify and then quit thinking about it. And now, like, even though I haven't played in a band in years, I'm really glad that document exists. Yes. Even if it's just for me.
Oh, yes.
It's really nice for me it's like looking back through old pictures, and it's made me think like I really need to make a document of what I'm doing right now, even if it's just for me.
That's exactly how I feel. I've said that on here like 100 times. Like, this is all for old me. Yeah. This is a scrapbook of like, I'm like, I used to go talk to interesting people, and you know, like that's like 0 views on everything, still worth it. Like I build it that way. It's not like, oh, I didn't like get famous from it. Why did I waste my time? You know, like, and I was like that in my 20s. I was like, this is to get somewhere. And now I was born in 79, so we're about the same age. And it's like, I can see the end coming. I'm just kind of happy to be here, to still be here, like able to go out and like go to JJ's, go to these cool rooms and be a part of it. It's like, you know, death's like, it speeds up, man. Like you can see it. You think about death much?
More than I used to. Yeah, certainly. It's become more real to me. I've had friends younger than me who have died, and you know,
same.
I was never like a talk about your grandma type of comic, but since my oldest grandmother passed away, like there are just certain times when like I will feel her presence in a strange way, and I will feel like I can access hanging out with her in this some place beyond memories. And it's we weren't really that tight, you know, when she was alive, and I didn't really know the questions to ask her, but like I respect her so much more now as I get older and I'm able to contextualize more things about her life. She also became like a much happier person the last decade she was alive.
Nice. Yeah.
And like
that's how you do it.
Yeah. Well, my grandfather had died, and then she remarried a younger man.
How much younger?
9 years. Met him at line dancing. And Nevin was just swept her off her feet. She just glowed around him. So, and she just kind of loosened up a lot around then. And it was like, well, I don't know what Nevin's doing, but it makes grandma happy.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah. I mean, I love that. I have kids now, so I think about that kind of stuff, that like, you know, there is literally some of her in you.
Yeah.
So things that when you were like a kid, like my great grandma was in her 90s when I was a kid, and she was always trying to like grab me, and you know, she was like, I was always just like, ugh. But now I'm like, God, man, I wish I'd done a podcast with her or something. I would give anything to have just like a record of her speaking. That's another way to look at this too. It's like, this is, you know, I did one of these with both my parents last year, so I'll always have like an hour and a half conversation I can go back and listen to with them. Like that. If I only got that out of this whole comedy podcast thing, like that would still be worth it, you know.
Sure.
Just capturing those things.
Maria Bamford's special that she did in front of just her two parents is one of my favorites. Yeah. That's brilliant.
Yeah, you know? She doesn't do any of the things the way you're supposed to. Yeah, and like she had another special after that where she's like on a park bench. She's like doing stand up.
Yeah, she filmed it in a bunch of different places
outside for like two people.
Yeah, she's probably my all-time favorite, just in terms of like between her and Steve Martin, probably the two who influenced me the most, along with a couple other comics that we don't talk about anymore.
Genre bending. I bet I could guess who those are.
She was, when she was on the Comedians of Comedy, And it's like the way that she like spoke very frankly about dealing with mental illness in a way that was like very vulnerable, but also just like, and I roll with it. Like I use it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I can't imagine what it would be like to be in her family. That must have been exhausting, but I really appreciate how really open and forthcoming she is about that.
Yeah. I think like I've heard people say she's the prior of now. She's like he was kind of like all the pain and just, it was still silly, but it was like the real, just after that, you kind of, it was just changed forever. And that Bamford is doing something kind of like that now where maybe it'll be like another 10 or 20 years before you see like all the influence from it. She's someone that's really like expanding what it can be.
Yeah. It's just really delicious sometimes when you see that kind of darkness come out of a tiny blonde woman.
Yeah.
And you're just like, it's like the packaging makes it even better.
Oh yeah, for sure. And all the characters, all the voices and characters. Yeah. Yeah. The packaging goes for a lot. Like, it's like Patrice O'Neill's one of my favorite comics too. Mm-hmm. And, the packaging is just, it's just part of it,
Yeah. The unconscious delivery.
Yeah. And we just got this like middle-aged white dude energy. It's like it's not the most desirable package.
Not the most desirable, but I think that pushes you to lean into the weird more.
Yeah, you got to find the little traumatized blonde lady within you, or the big black dude that but then still do it in a way that's authentic to you. And that's what I love about comedy is like, I don't know if you ever get all the way there, but the attempt like at finding your voice, as cliche as that is, it's such a worthwhile pursuit.
Yeah. Well, if one of your biggest influences is somebody who looks and sounds nothing like you, people are a lot slower to catch the influence.
Yes.
Too. So it's like you can really like tap into their source a little bit more, and people do not catch it.
Yeah. And even just like if you're trying to rip off Maria Bamford, you're just going to have to change it enough to fit the way you look in your stories. So it's going to be an imperfect mirror. Whereas, if you're copying like John Mulaney or somebody, somebody that like looks, like you, or, then.
Yeah. If I started affecting his cadence, like you'd jump out at you immediately.
Right, yeah.
Or like, even if I like just did Dusty Slay or something like that, somebody who's got a really unique delivery, you're like, you hear it and you're like, hey, that guy's doing Dusty Slay.
Yeah. But if you looked completely different than Dusty Slay, it might take him a little longer.
Yeah. Or if you're a tiny blonde lady, you could do it.
Yeah. Like, she reminds me of somebody, but I just can't put my...
Yeah.
You just never can quite get to Dusty Slay. Yeah. Man, he's blowing up now. He's gone seems like he's really gone in the clean direction.
A little bit. Like I don't know. He still does like drug material. Like we went to see him record his special here in Chattanooga, and
was that the one that just came out?
Yes.
Oh, really? Was that recorded here?
Nice. Well, they said they were recording at Walker Theater here, and there were cameras all over the place, but the crowd laughed so hard. We went to the first show. They laughed so hard it threw his timing off. Like the laughter just kept going and going. And he was like, "All right, I gotta wait to start the joke."
The hat, like
just like he's a third base coach.
He's doing all those things you're not supposed to do, but they're like they make it work.
Yeah,
those little nervous ticks.
Yeah. I remember when he featured at the Comedy Catch here in like 2016, and I was like, "Oh, this is the best feature." I'd only been doing it a year, but he was still the best feature I'd ever seen.
Yeah.
So I was able to get him to come down and headline a showcase that I put on in 2017 for $50 on a Monday night.
Nice.
And I think he's gone up a little since then.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, his Monday night rate is probably a little more than that now. Was he like pretty fully formed then? Did he have?
He was.
Like
I would
hair,
say,
the hat, the short, kind of unusual.
He already had 2 albums that he'd done. So he had Making That Fudge and another one that I think he had just put out then. So yeah, he had the act, and he was. I mean, like 20 minutes was almost constrictive for him. He's such a great joke writer. In the you don't even notice in the story, and you're just in a flow with him. It doesn't, some people's, it feels like, okay, there's that chunk and now here's this chunk,
Right.
and then here's this one-liner, and then we're pivoting to this subject, and you just, I don't know, it's you're in a lazy river with him.
Yeah. Well, that's perfect. Yeah. Just rolling along, there's no end and no beginning. You just kind of, I was just thinking about his bit about like not washing his hands, but having to, pretend that he does, but then there's the motion center and it's getting wet. He's like, I might as well just wash them. It's like something we've all done, but you're like, how is he walking me through the beats of this in such a way? Like, you're like, this is funny. Like, just these little things that were just in front of you. He's not yelling. He's not like, it's not like Manfred at all. It's like, that's comedy can be so different. He's just like understated, slow, but yeah.
Yeah. He's just a natural. I mean, he's just naturally funny.
Yeah. He's someone that, I just had heard of when I started as being just a road dog. Like, he's got the great name, Dusty Slay, and he's just always kind of, I guess he's been doing it probably like 20 years or so now, I would say.
Probably almost.
He seems like he was like, I started 10 years ago, and he seemed like he was like a vet or like really kind of respected road dog then. So it's cool to see him. Feels like Nashville. You guys are close to Nashville here, so you can feel that whole like. There's like Kill Tony, and it's just like blah, awful dudes in shorts. Just, and then there's like Nateland, which is like almost feels like the other side of this clean Nashville kind of thing, where it's legitimately funny, but it's like more from the heart. And do you guys get some of that by proximity here, or is
what do
it
you
just
mean,
like
get some of that?
Like does what I'm saying about?
I'm not sure they know we exist. No, they do. I mean, like Aaron Weber just did the Comedy Catch and stuff.
Okay.
But as far
that's
as
kind of what I mean.
As far as like
the
Chattanooga scene, like there's not a lot of overlap. Sometimes they'll drop into. The Catch, but JJ's sometimes,
2 hours away, something like that.
Yeah,
Nashville?
yeah. So I mean, on friendly terms, but I think that Nashville has. You've got the Zanies orbit too, and there's a lot of competition to get into Zanies that we're catching some of their overflow, basically, and
it's a nice place to be.
Yeah.
The overflow is sometimes like the real, or that's what I tell myself, because the overflow is what I'm like, I'll do the overflow show. I'm in my 40s. I don't expect to be on the main stage. I would be, but life is humbling. Well, I guess like I just maybe what I'm saying about Nashville, I'm curious if that's kind of like even scans is correct with you. I'm farther from Nashville, I'm like 4 hours away, but it seems like it's becoming it was like you had to go to New York or LA to be, and now it feels like Nashville, and Nate especially is becoming
ever since Nate popped from there, it was like, okay, it can be done, and then Dusty was kind of like right behind him. So, and Brian Bates and Aaron Weber are kind of, they're doing very well. And
are they all kind of cleanish or broad family
cleanish,
appeal?
Yeah.
Are you pretty like clean comic, or?
It really depends on where I'm going. I really kind of, it's like I want to be the utility player who can play every position. Like I love a clean show. I love a church show. Because then I can make my Bible jokes and they know what I'm talking about. But like I also like I've always been very irreverent. Like I have a very like Far Side kind of sense of humor. So it's like, how many
Calvin and Hobbes too?
Yeah. How many Far Side cartoons had the devil in them?
All
and like as a comedic device.
And Calvin was the devil. My 13-year-old is really into comics. We're tangenting around, but she's like really into the Far Side and Calvin and Hobbes graphic novels. I'm just like, yes, like, and they're still. I read them. They're like even better now. Than they were then. Timeless.
I try to do what's appropriate for the show.
Read the room. That's basically sums me up too. I think a PG-13 is like a nice. I taped the Dry Bar thing earlier this year, so that was like squeaky Christian clean, and I feel like I can do that. I'll do a church show.
Sure.
I love the challenge of it. I think I'm a little funnier when I'm allowed to be PG-13, but then at a mic or something when I'm trying, like last night, I do like to be. I probably cuss too much. But if a joke like eventually makes it into the act, I do like it to be cleanish. Like I notice when I'm trying to get a new bit working, I might just yell fuck or something just because it's not. I'm not getting anything, but that's usually kind of a defensive move, you know, like if
Yeah.
it's occasionally you really need a cuss word for a joke to work.
Yeah.
But
I just don't want to hear like 5 comics in a row talk about bodily fluids.
yeah,
You know, it's like after a while, I was like, "You're turning me Republican. Please
Yeah.
stop."
yeah, yeah, especially if it's dudes, you know.
Yeah,
And it is like,
Yeah,
let's be
generally.
honest.
Yeah, generally.
Can be at least like one of these 5 people be a lady talking,
Yeah.
and then that's worse somehow, and it's like, oh, never mind.
No, we got some gross ladies here, and God bless them. They're they're very funny. They're very funny. The Chattanooga has some gross ladies, and they were good to me in my single times. So
Yeah.
will not speak ill of them.
Yeah, I think gross belongs to the ladies, you know. It's like rock and roll. I think it's like, I don't know. I say things on here and then I'm like, what am I? I'm not trying to make a point about any of this. Have to edit that out.
Forget I said this.
Yeah, I'm not actually going to edit it out. That's
Yeah.
too much work. But yeah, there are certain things where certain words or issues where I do think it's like, if I'm like, I don't want to hear any open micer do the joke about that again. But then if it's like not a white dude, then I'm like, well,
Yeah.
it's more likely to be like, and that's kind of the reason I am tired of, you know, like a rape joke being the like obvious, like no one ever really needs to hear a dude that looks like us do a joke on that topic at a mic, you know.
Well, not with these dead eyes. I mean, no, definitely not.
But if it is a little blonde lady,
Yeah.
it's like, well, let's see where maybe this will land this skate trick, which is kind of a difficult one to land.
I think our age is a bigger problem than our race, though, because like I think when young hot people make gross jokes, then it's hot.
Yeah, right.
And when old people do it, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
But
In the
when
middle.
you're in your 40s,
Yeah.
no,
It's just like
no,
Yeah.
yeah.
one foot in the grave, still trying to.
Well, because they think we're trying to score with the audience, and I just like because we're still just threatening enough.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, oh, this guy's trying to have his last hurrah. I'd be like, hey, look, I'm still cool, everybody.
Yeah.
And there's nothing sadder than a middle-aged guy trying to be cool. And I own middle-aged.
Yeah.
I was like, I am absolutely middle-aged. Like I am not young anymore.
Yeah. No, that is interesting to think about. Yeah.
But in 20 more years, I think
If you can stay
I
in
think
it.
I can get raunchy, and
Oh,
people will be like, he knows he doesn't have a chance, so it's funny. He's irrelevant.
I've been thinking about this all wrong. I was thinking I was in a good spot now, and in 20 years, they're not going to let me hold a microphone in 20 years. Like, whatever I'm saying is just not going to be amplified at all.
You are
Because I kind of felt like now it's like I can understand people in their 20s,
Yeah.
and I can understand people in their 60s. Like we kind of, we can kind of like translate between like the 20s and 60s. Like they can't talk to each other,
Yeah.
but we can translate.
There's a guy in his 70s. I hope he's there tonight. Who comes out to JJ's and he looks like Blue from Old School. He's like, he talks like this, and
Yeah.
And he's got a killer 5, but it's it is kind of about like, I'm an old man trying to understand the world. I mean, no offense.
I think I might remember that guy. I mean,
The humility of it is it's so endearing, but he's got some great punchlines too. You're like, oh, I love it when old people talk like this.
I love JJ so much. Like
Yeah.
I feel like that there's something about that room that's like it's cool, but it's unpretentious at the same time to me. Or
Yeah.
I don't know if you would agree with that, but Asheville is like a cool kind of hip city, but it can have like an elitist feel to it. I think to people sometimes, and I feel like I don't know Chattanooga or at least JJ's to me. I guess I'm about to go there again, but that's always been kind of my impression is that it's like still kind of feels like accepting, like that. Oh, the old guy can be there, like he's allowed to kind of be part of the people. Appreciate that's a good part of the show. It's not like what's he doing in here.
This is still I will say, I'll own this. This is a proud dirtbag city. Like this is the city leaders try to make it seem like, oh, it's a great tourist destination. Like your family will love it. It's like, this is a great place to get in trouble. Like it's dirty here. It's dirtier than we want it to be.
Yeah.
It's a little dangerous.
Yeah.
But the danger is good.
Yeah.
Because it keeps some people away.
Right.
So it's like, you go to JJ's, they have a pentagram over the stage. And it's like, what is the point of that? Except that some people will open the door, see that, and immediately walk away.
Just let them smoke. Just let them smoke in there if they want to. We don't even need to worry about secondhand. But the pentagram, they got a pentagram.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that.
It's almost it's like an owl thing on your house will keep squirrels from coming away,
Yeah. Yeah, because like Asheville was like, I moved to Asheville 23 years ago and it was just as you described, but somehow now it's like
the real estate developers really got their hooks
right
in.
Yeah, it's like just tiny apartments for rich people that are there sometimes, and a million brewery, like it's a beer amusement park, for bridal showers. And it's like, couldn't we have invested in something besides tourism? Like, so yeah, I feel like Asheville, Chattanooga to me feels like Asheville did when I moved there, and then I'm still there.
Yeah, they're trying to ruin it. I mean, I'm sure they will. But
it's like everywhere, right? I mean, it's cool for a reason, and then like people want to. They say that they like that, but then they come and then they're like, that drum circle's awful loud. That's why you moved next to it. They're like, after a few years, they're like, what do we got to do to get that drum circle shut down?
Does anyone stay in the same town their whole life? I mean, pretty much everybody moves at least once.
When
right?
I go home, the people that do, there's a few of them that are doing all right.
Okay.
But you didn't grow up here, did you?
No.
Okay. Yeah, you Florida. We covered that. But like, it seems like if you stay in your hometown your whole life, your life's bad.
Yeah, even if you move away just for a little while and come back, that's really important.
Yeah, that's really important. Totally, because then you're the prodigal son, Yeah,
or at least like you came back for a reason. Like you appreciate the place now.
Because you
kind of do need to see that like it's not all about your little neck of the woods.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I mean, even now I've been in Asheville 23 years. I grew up in Oak Ridge, Tennessee before that. And I still kind of feel like, well, I want to stay there now, but yeah, there is something about like being a stranger somewhere that's nice. I mean, that's the cool thing about coming here and just being part of somebody else's mic for the night is it's like just to be a stranger and for whether it's a humbling experience or a victory, it's like you take some of that back with you. And then when I'm at a mic in Asheville next week, there's a little bit of that JJ's in there,
Yeah.
It's the cross-pollination.
Yeah, it's a fun feeling. Like whether you see somebody else's show and kind of bring some of their magic dust back, or you come back from the road and you're just like, I had this killer show that gave me so much more confidence, and you are able to bring some of it to the next show. It has compounding effects.
Yeah, my favorite sets are sometimes like after I go to a far away, scary, far from home, and you're feeling it.
Yeah.
And then you go back to your home base mic like the week after, and you walk in and you're like it's almost like that was the payoff for the journey. Like no,
absolutely.
I am back in my hometown, but I went and had a shitty job somewhere else.
Yeah, I was like, and I'm the conquering hero here because you all don't know how badly I bombed in Bozeman.
Yeah, which makes you more of a hero, I think. Just the fact that you went and like I will tell people that it went bad, whereas like I think like some people are kind of like you come back and you lie about what it was, but I think it's I kind of enjoy it more, like we were saying, taking the super risky shot and then failing publicly. Like I like that person, the person that always makes the shot. I'm like, I don't even know how to relate to that.
That's true. I need to not be so successful. I just was crushing it too hard. Too hard. Everyone says this.
Lower the pressure on the washer.
Yeah.
Leave some smudges on the windows.
It's a fun job. I listen to a lot of podcasts while I'm working.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of them are funny. And my customers just look out their windows and see me laughing maniacally.
Comedy podcasts, or what do you?
Yeah.
What's your go-tos these days? It's probably always changing.
Yeah, a lot of change. I mean, I still listen to like Mike Birbiglia.
Oh yeah,
a lot.
Working it out.
Yeah, that one's good. The first one I ever really got into was You Made It Weird.
I was gonna guess that.
Yeah,
I was gonna guess that just based on our combo.
Obviously, part of my formative.
and when you said Birbiglia, I feel like that's just kind of like the goofy. Oh yeah, he's great. Rory Scovel, you a fan?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, when Rory's on with Pete, I feel like that's the kind of comedy I want. Like you were saying, that's a mix of like the crazy risks.
Yeah.
But then it's also like great jokes too, like that energy, the goofy, kind of owning the middle-aged goof. Like that's a goofy middle-aged white guy energy that's like, it works for me.
Yeah.
I mean, of course it works for me.
Yeah.
But
And if it's working, you're not thinking about like the fact that they're middle-aged white guys. It's just good.
yeah. No, Pete's really cool. I mean, he's I like his sense of like spirituality, or as soon as you try to put words on it, sounds pretentious, but I really like his space with that, with like
he
faith
landed,
and science.
He landed in a good place.
Yeah. Well, I think it's 8:10, so we should wrap up. Yeah. We got into it though.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Okay, absolutely.
All right.
Thank you.
Appreciate
See
it.
ya.